I'm watching every MCU movie in chronological order until Avengers Doomsday is released, and this week I watched Avengers Age of Ultron. I think Ultron was the most disrespected Marvel villain that we've had yet. So just a quick background for this, the Avengers are back together and it looks like they're finally cleaning up the mess left by Loki and the Scepter and all that bullshit going on with Hydra as well. Now, it's never easy being a superhero team, so of course you're going to be running into other enhanced villains. And these villains happen to have a grudge against who else? Fucking Tony Stark.
I just do not pick this guy.
And so one of these villains, as you probably already know, gives Tony a vision of basically the world going to shit, and then Tony thinks that he has to put a suit of armor around the world, and alas, we get the next villain, Ultron. So here's what worked in this movie, all right? I like that there's progress with this team. They're meshed together well. They know how to work with each other now. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses. They even know how to do some combo moves with each other, which is pretty sick. Next, I gotta say that Captain America is easily my favorite character in this movie. You know, he proves why he's the leader of the Avengers, especially when he gives Tony that lecture of trying to end a war before it starts. You know, it kind of shut his ass up and made him reflect like a little child. I can also appreciate that they made Hawkeye a little bit more than just a guy with a bow and arrow by making him somewhat important by introducing his family, giving him a little bit more purpose in this movie. I also really liked Ultron as a villain. I think he was intimidating and charismatic, which is how I like my villains. Pause. I think that they did a really great job with how they made him move in this movie. All right, now just to get straight into it and what didn't work. Ultron, as much as I liked him, was disrespected. I really don't like that this is the first and last time that we see Ultron in live action. And I don't count, the what if type of shit. I don't think that's, I don't count it. And I think that his mission could have been better. I think that that was kind of some lazy bullshit that they pulled on us. The human race is flawed, so fuck it, let's just destroy them. I think if that's what Hydra was working on during Captain America: The Winter Soldier, was creating Ultron, that would have made him a lot more interesting. And it builds up into seeing this next big threat, because essentially that's what Ultron could have been. He could have been offing potential threats, and to where the Avengers are finding this out slowly. I think that would have made it a lot more of a build-up, almost like a pre-Thanos, because Thanos is the end game, no pun intended. But Ultron could have been that big bad threat that really had the audience and fans of Avengers being like, oh shit. And I'll say this once, but I'll say it again. Ultron should have had a 2-movie arc. He's that big of a villain for the Avengers where it's definitely not even an exception. It just should have been what it is. If you would have made him an ally in the first movie, like in Iron Man 3, gets turned to the quote unquote dark side by Hydra, that would have been badass. That would have been something where, he's almost like we wanted him to be on our side. Then he changes and you're like, damn, this is fucking up the dynamic. You're already feeling kind of divided. Then that leads into Civil War. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I definitely think that would have paid off in the long run. Now, overall, this was a fun watch. I do think that they did a great job as far as, where these characters are at. I still like Ultron as a villain, but I think he could have been done better. Now, where do I rank Avengers Age of Ultron? I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is an A-tier movie. I do think they did a good job. Some things could have been done better, but overall the action was great, the characters were great, and it leaves you wanting more. At the end of this movie, it was kind of unknown what was gonna happen next. They didn't really lead off into something where I was like, oh shit, what's this? What's gonna come about? It felt like everybody was kind of going into their own ways, in a sense. Do you guys think that this was an S-tier movie? I think that would be giving it a little too much credit. I think A-tier is more appropriate, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Ultron? What do you guys think of my idea of him at least having a 2-arc movie? I don't know, but let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and if you want more reviews like this one, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing Marvel reviews every week, and you guys can let me know what you guys want me to review next. Well, we'll catch you on the next one.